Welcome to today's show. I'm your host, Mike Slinkard. Well, yet another year has come and gone here on Hunting with HECS, and I think in many ways it was our best year ever. You know, it's our tradition at the close of every successful year that we take a look back at some of our most memorable encounters this season. Needless to say, it's going to be a super action-packed episode, and as always, we're going to show it all just like it happened right here on Hunting with HECS.
Hunting is about getting close. Really close. Get closer than you ever thought was possible.
When you have a cameraman and you setting out in a dirt field like this, you can get away with so much with this HECS on.
I've got to give credit once again to HECS.
We showcase the science of getting close right here on Hunting with HECS.
Hunting with HECS is brought to you by PSE Archery. Tough Country, American values forged in steel. Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts. Nocturnal lighted Knox, illumination that lasts for 20+ hours. Rocky Mountain hunting calls, we call the game. Tacticam, share your hunt. Warren Winches. Trophy Properties and Auction. And HECS Stealth Screen, the evolution of concealment.
Well, like I said earlier, this season started in Alaska, where I traveled north to fulfill my lifelong dream of taking a monster brown bear with my bow. This was truly a once-in-a-lifetime adventure that'll be etched in my memory for the rest of my life. From the vast snow-covered mountains to the massive brown bears that we encountered, there was a myriad of emotions that I felt, and it was just indescribable. Well, I'd seen several good bears and had several close encounters along the way. But in the end, it became a hunt for one particular old bear that we'd seen on the first day. It's the one we called the dinosaur. We hunted him day after day and saw him several times, but we just couldn't close the deal. You know, we saw tracks and set up in some pretty sketchy trails with really no options but to shoot and hope for the best. But in the end, our tenacity paid off. I was finally able to slip inside archery range above the bear, and even though he saw our silhouette skylined above him, our HECS technology kept him calm enough for me to make a perfect 16-yard shot.
Wow, that was cool. Oh my God, look at the head on this thing. Oh, sweet. Wow. That, my friends, is an Alaskan brown bear, and look at this beautiful hide. Way to go. Wow, Preston, thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Now we're headed to Florida to hunt with Ralph Ramos. You know, Ralph sends us some great HECS footage every year, and this year he had several action-packed hunts for elk, javelina, and turkey. But on a rare trip outside his home state of New Mexico, Ralph is making the most of his Florida adventure. After a successful Osceola hunt earlier, Ralph is filling the rest of his trip pursuing wild hogs on the ground with his PSE bow. Ralph had spotted a good group of hogs feeding out in front of him, and on his way to him, he stumbled into this group of piglets. As always, Ralph is wearing a full HECS system under his camo, and these little pigs have no idea that Ralph is anywhere around. A short time later, Ralph is able to pull off the same feat with a shooter hog, and this time he made it count.
Obviously, you saw the HECS suit work so well out in the open, just sneaked right on into him. It was about a 20-yard shot, and it's just incredible.
If you're looking for a HECS system, come visit our new website, where you have the option to build your own system from any of the HECS clothing to match your particular hunting style. or choose from one of our convenient pre-built systems specifically designed to cover you in HECS technology in every season. The original HECS suit is very lightweight, breathable, and versatile enough to be used in almost any hunting situation. The HECS systems consist of 3 pieces. These essential pieces include a HECS pant, HECS top, and HECS head cover. You may use any combination of appropriate HECS products to achieve the goal of covering as much of your body as possible with HECS technology. All HECS hunting products are now available in our new HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green digital camo patterns to match any terrain. The material features a highly electrically conductive carbon grid woven into the polyester-based cloth. The grid blocks your body's electrical field. The suit is designed to be worn under your regular camo or over the top as an outer layer. The technology is effective either way. The original pants are cut similar to sweatpants, with an elastic waistband, elastic cuffs on the bottom, side pockets, and a convenient fly. The pullover shirt features thumb holes, serge stitching, and an embroidered logo. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the HECS hat, our versatile multi-rag that can be worn in a variety of ways, camo gloves made of a lightweight, stretchy material in matching camo, and a heavyweight over-the-calf sock. And of course, all of the accessories have the HECS grid woven right in. Order right now and use the promo code to save $30 on your order of a complete HECS suit. Visit our website to learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering. We'll be right back with more from the best of 2022 right after this. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. This week we're taking a look back at some of our best encounters this season, and they were amazing. Now, let's get back to the action.
As the season moved on, we were soon waking up at 4 a.m. to chase some Oregon spring gobblers. In typical HECS crew fashion, we just set up in the open with our PSE bows and our HECS technology. You know, the effectiveness of HECS technology in allowing hunters to move, even when the turkeys are super close and even looking at them, is well proven. But this season, we really pushed the limits to new boundaries. This is why we say HECS is the biggest advantage a turkey hunter can have in the turkey woods. It started with me taking a good bird early in the season. My good friend Andy Day is on the camera here, so after I shot my bird, there were still turkeys just standing around wondering what just happened. So we decided to switch places and get Andy in the shooter's chair. We have to actually get up from our chairs and trade places and get Andy in a position to shoot. Well, that is a whole lot of movement, all in plain sight of the birds that are standing just over to our left. After all that, a few calls brought the entire group right back to the decoys. Andy still had his bow set heavy from elk season, and he was having trouble getting it back in that sitting position. You know, I felt bad for Andy seeing him struggling to draw, but it led to some amazing footage that really showed just how effective HECS technology is with these turkeys. But after all that, Andy's shot went high, just trimming a few feathers on the way by. A few days later, we were set up in a different spot, and Andy's once again in the shooter seat. This time, a lone Tom that was out prowling around answered my call. Well, here's one for you guys who always say that we only get away with all that movement because we wait for the turkey to lock up on our decoys. Well, this bird isn't even close to the decoys when Andy starts to draw his bow. You know, Andy's still having trouble drawing his bow, and he's making huge movements trying to get it back, and he finally even has to let it down. This Tom is nowhere close to being locked on the decoys, and we're obviously in plain sight of him, yet he ignores everything Andy's doing as natural movement and just walks right on in. Unfortunately, once again, Andy's arrow goes high. If you're still skeptical about HECS, you should rewind that segment and watch it again. There's simply no way this is even possible without HECS technology.
If you're looking for a HECS system, come visit our new website, where you have the option to build your own system from any of the HECS clothing to match your particular hunting style. Or choose from one of our convenient pre-built systems specifically designed to cover you in HECS technology in every season. Our most popular HECS system is our base layer. The base layer is a lightweight semi-thermal material designed to be worn under your regular hunting clothing or over the top. It comes in the original olive green, as well as our new HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green digital camo patterns to match any terrain. The material features a highly electrically conductive carbon grid woven into the polyester base cloth. The grid blocks your body's electrical field. The suit is designed to be worn under your regular camo or over the top as an outer layer. The technology is effective either way. All complete HECS systems include 3 pieces. These essential pieces include a HECS pant, HECS top, and HECS head cover. You may use any combination of appropriate HECS products to achieve the goal of covering as much of your body as possible with HECS technology. The shirt is a quarter zip Henley with rugged serge stitching, embroidered HECS logo, and thumb holes. The form-fitting pants have rugged serge stitching throughout, and the heavy elastic waistband and cuff ensure they stay in place. They also feature a convenient fly. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the HECS hat, our versatile multi-rag that can be worn in a variety of ways, camo gloves made of a lightweight stretchy material in matching camo, and a heavyweight over-the-calf sock. And of course, all of the accessories have the HECS grid woven right in. Order right now and use the promo code to save $30 on your order of a complete HECS suit. Visit our website to learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering. Don't forget that HECS makes a great Christmas gift for that hunter or outdoor enthusiast on your list. Take advantage of the show special and get a HECS system on the way today. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. We're reliving some of our most exciting encounters from this season, and there were a lot to choose from.
Now we're headed to archery elk season. You know, September is my favorite time of year, and this year started off great when my son-in-law Ty and daughter Caitlin got caught in the open while they were sneaking into a blind one afternoon. This mistake turned out to be a classic HECS encounter. Well, the close encounters continued throughout the season, and when my good friend Bill Eppert showed up in camp, he and I were treated to some great elk action. Well, I was after one particular old bull, and I had passed several smaller bulls, hoping for a chance at the big one. Well, the smaller bull is just to our left and doesn't want to leave, so the big bull decided to head over and push him away. I could see he was going to pass in front of me at about 30 yards, so I got ready to shoot. Unfortunately, just as the shot was about to present itself, he suddenly turns and I have a bad angle. Then the 5x6 decides to push his luck and the two bulls clash. Well, he's moving around way too much to risk a shot, so I had to just hope that he'd pause long enough for me to shoot. Bill and I had no choice but to just sit back and enjoy the show. Bill and I had sat together several times, and one particular 5x6 kept stirring things up around the blind day after day. We passed him several times because we were afraid it might mess up a chance at the big herd bull. But fate had other ideas, and after a near miss on the old bull, we decided that this 5x6 would be a great bull for Bill to take home to Ohio. Well, the hit was solid, and Bill soon had his hands on his first Oregon bull. On the last day of the hunt, I finally had my chance at my target bull that I'd been hunting the entire season. Well, the minutes drag on and the bull moves around, wallowing and soaking, but not giving me a decent shot angle. Well, I'm literally on the edge of my seat with my bow in hand, release hooked up, ready to draw at the first opportunity. You know, I'm glassing this bull and looking hard for an angle to get my arrow into the vitals. When he turns to look at a cow walking past, I'm finally able to make out the position of his leg and his shoulder, and I realize that I actually have room to get an arrow into his vitals. And that was all I needed. Well, here he is. We went and got a light so we can see him a little better, and what a bull. He's a 6x7, huge third points. That 7th point back there makes him kind of special. And those cows were at 20 yards or less underneath me, yet they had no idea. And that is what HECS is all about.
HECS is excited to offer our first dedicated outerwear system. Our new premium quality outerwear pant, coupled with a HECS hooded shirt with integrated face cover, is the ultimate HECS system for any hunting situation. You can find this system on our website as a pre-built system, or you can customize this system even further using our new Build Your Own System option. The hooded shirt comes with an integrated face mask, a convenient front pocket, thumb holes, and is the perfect HECS outerwear piece for these cooler days in the field. It comes in both HECS-style camo patterns as well as a two-tone version. Brand new to the HECS lineup is our outerwear pants. These will be the most comfortable hunting pants you will ever wear, and of course, they have the HECS patented technology woven right in. They feature a super comfortable action-cut, quiet fabric, ample pocket space, and a zippered leg pocket for your HECS accessories or your cell phone. This is a high-quality pant that replaces the need for an additional HECS layer in order to get the full HECS advantage. They come in both HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green Camo, as well as an olive brown. This is quickly becoming our best-selling system. You can check it out on our website along with other great HECS products and accessories. Don't delay. We expect these systems to sell out fast. We'll be back with more great encounters right after this quick break. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. We've had so many great close encounters this season that we decided to put some of our best ones together for one action-packed episode. And this is it. Now, let's get back to the hunts.
After such an exciting elk season, I had no idea that the close encounters would get even better. I had a late season mule deer tag here in Oregon and planned to sit in the open next to some staging areas and along travel routes that I knew were good from previous hunts in the area. Most days, I was covered up in deer. You can plainly see me and my cameraman sitting in the background, and the deer are totally oblivious to our presence, even though we're sitting in the open on the ground just a few yards away. Several times I decided to stalk the cover and had several more memorable interactions. Here, we were just checking trail cameras in the middle of the day when we had this nice buck come walking in on us. My buddy Andy Day pulls out his cell phone and captures this epic HECS encounter. I even got treated to an up-close look at a violent buck fight. I knew that one of my target bucks was one of the deer in this battle, so I approached him quickly. My problem was that with them locked in battle, I couldn't tell which deer he was. I was plenty close enough, but before I could determine which deer was my target buck, they broke and the bigger buck chased the loser out of the area and out of bow range. I ended up taking a good buck on the last day of the hunt. Well, this was the year for last day kills with both my elk and my mule deer. I took them both on the last evening of the last day of the hunt. That trend would continue on my next hunt, as well as I headed to Oklahoma for a late season whitetail hunt. Well, Joel Alexander's our host at Buffalo Creek Outfitters, but I think he thought I was a little bit nuts when I told him that I wanted to forego any standard blind and just hunt directly on the ground with just myself and my cameraman sitting in the open on chairs. But the close encounters started happening on day one. Not long after the skunk encounter, I had a couple of young bucks in front of me and noticed that they were concerned about something across the draw. It turned out to be a big coyote, and he made the mistake of walking right into spitting distance of my PSE. Well, HECS technology allowed us to remain completely undetected by everything that came by, and the rest of the trip was no exception. Then, as it has been with the rest of my seasons, we were down to the last night, and I was once again covered up in deer. This turned out to be some of the most impressive HECS whitetail footage we've ever had. These deer are only feet away from me, and I accidentally touched my release as I went to draw my bow and launched the arrow just a few feet out in front of me, but towards the deer. But as we've seen time and time again with HECS, the deer just stood around trying to figure out what just happened. That gave me plenty of time to reload in plain sight of this buck, draw, and make a good shot on the last light of the final day of the hunt. If you aren't convinced of the effectiveness of HECS technology by this amazing footage, I don't know what else you need to see. This is the tail end of general deer season, and these deer have been hunted hard for months. Yet you can clearly see me setting in the open with deer only steps away. Then they watch me botch an attempt to draw my bow and launch an arrow in their direction, and still they stand around long enough for me to get an arrow out of my quiver, move around, get it on the string, and draw for the second time, all with no reaction at all from the deer. Obviously at this point I didn't care which buck I was going to shoot. The bigger buck was off camera to the left, but still well inside archery range, but I chose to shoot the small buck that was still in plain view of the camera in front of me. How do you like that for wide open? Tell you what an experience. I can't even tell you how long it's been since I hit my release by accident, but it happened tonight, and these deer just stood around. Holy cow, look at this buck. My arrow's right there. That's the second shot. I probably didn't need it, but anyway, nice deer. Well, I hope you enjoyed the highlights of this season's adventures. You know, there are so many good encounters that it was hard to pick just a few. You know, it's now well proven and accepted by most serious hunters and wildlife professionals that by blocking your electrical signature, you will appear more like an inanimate object, and the interaction like we've shown you here today will become the norm instead of the exception. Simply go online or give us a call and get a HECS system on the way. You know, we have a lot of new products, so we're sure to have the perfect HECS system for you. You know, HECS also makes a great Christmas gift for the hunter or outdoor adventurer in your family. But don't delay. Many of our most popular items are selling out fast, so act now to be assured that you or your loved one will have the HECS advantage for their next adventure. In the meantime, we'll keep pushing the limits and bringing it to you each week right here on Hunting with HECS.
You can find out more on our website. While you're online, make sure to take a minute and check us out on our social media sites as well.